Most men live their entire lives confusing pleasure for purpose. They chase stimulation, thinking it is fulfillment. They drain their essence, thinking it is freedom. But there comes a point where a man begins to feel an emptiness inside. It is not depression. It is not boredom. It is a whisper from the soul that says, "You are not meant to live this way." If you are watching this, that whisper has already started calling you. It is the part of you that knows your sexual energy is not meant to be wasted on screens or casual indulgence. It is meant to be transformed into something divine, something creative, something purposeful. Before we begin, make sure you join the Telegram channel, whose link is in the description. That is where deeper, unfiltered discussions happen, the kind that cannot be spoken openly on other platforms. Now, let us begin. Semen retention is not about how long you can hold your seed. It is about how deeply you can understand the meaning of that seed. When you stop wasting your energy, you begin to notice how much of your life has been built around escaping discomfort. You realize that every scroll, every fantasy, every chase was a way of running from stillness. Because in stillness, the truth confronts you. That truth is simple, yet powerful. Your sexual energy is not a toy. It is a compass. It shows you where your passion truly lies. But most men never learn to read it. When you retain, your energy no longer leaks out through indulgence. It starts building pressure inside your body and mind. That pressure can feel overwhelming at first. It is like a storm rising within you. But that storm is not chaos. It is potential. The masculine psyche is built to channel chaos into creation. The man who can sit with his urges without suppressing them, without acting on them, but instead transforming them, becomes dangerous in the best way possible. The first thing that happens on this journey is a confrontation with yourself. Your mind begins to rebel. Old patterns rise. You start craving validation. You start feeling restless. But what is really happening is your subconscious testing you. It asks, do you really want mastery, or do you just want control? Because mastery is not suppression. Mastery is alignment. Most men think their sexual energy's highest expression is release. But the true purpose of that energy is direction. It is the same energy that builds civilizations, writes music, sculpts art, and seeks God. Sexual energy is the life force that connects the body to the soul's mission. When you learn to direct it, it becomes a creative current instead of a destructive one. Here's something rarely spoken about. The mind has a complex relationship with desire. When you retain, your mind tries to make sense of the buildup by attaching it to fantasies. That is your old neural network trying to categorize energy into known outlets. But if you resist the urge to identify it with lust, the energy begins to climb. It starts to feed higher centers such as your intuition, your clarity, and your ambition. This is where transformation begins. Your gaze sharpens. Your words carry weight. People feel something different about you, but they cannot describe it. It is because you are no longer radiating depletion. You are radiating direction. Semen retention is not just a physical discipline. It is psychological and spiritual alchemy. It teaches you how to hold tension without collapse. Every urge is a test of consciousness. Every temptation is a mirror. When you master your energy, you no longer chase the external world to feel alive. You carry aliveness within you. The purpose of sexual energy is creation, not consumption. But creation does not always mean art or business. It means becoming the architect of your reality. Every moment you hold that energy, you are choosing to invest in your future rather than spend it on your past. You are moving from reactive masculinity to visionary masculinity. Think about it. When you release, you get a few seconds of relief, followed by a slow drop in vitality. But when you retain and redirect that energy, your body starts converting it into subtle motivation. You begin to notice patterns. You think more strategically. Your emotions stabilize. You stop reacting to every small trigger because you have learned how to hold something far more intense inside you, your own power. The ancients understood this. Every spiritual path spoke of chastity, not as repression, but as containment. The containment of energy until it becomes light. This is why great inventors, artists, and mystics often practiced some form of retention. They were not anti-sex. They were pro-purse. here is a deeper truth. Sexual energy is deeply intelligent. It knows how to find its path when guided consciously. When you meditate, journal, or work out while retaining, the energy begins to flow into those actions. It enhances them. It gives depth to your thinking and precision to your movement. It feels as if life starts responding to your inner coherence. Retention also rewires your relationship with the feminine. You stop seeing women as sources of energy and start seeing them as mirrors of your own. The more you cultivate your energy, the more refined your attraction becomes. You no longer seek instant gratification. You seek resonance. You begin to attract partners who are aligned with your vibration, not your wounds. This is where the true purpose of your sexual energy reveals itself. It is not about pleasure. It is about polarity. It is the dance of creation between the masculine and the feminine, both within and outside you. The retained energy becomes the bridge between these two forces, allowing you to experience wholeness without dependency. When you channel this energy into your purpose, you move differently. Your voice deepens. Your presence grounds. You start to act from a place of conviction instead of compulsion. You become a man of intention, not habit. But remember, this path is not linear. There will be days when the energy feels heavy, almost unbearable. You might get frustrated, irritated, or even tempted to relapse just to find peace. But understand this, that discomfort is not a sign of failure. It is the furnace of transformation. It is the universe refining you. The pressure you feel is the resistance between who you were and who you are becoming. Channel it. Use it. If you feel restless, move your body. If you feel creative, build something. If you feel emotional, express it through art, writing, or service. Do not let that energy rot inside you. Let it evolve. The moment you give it a sacred purpose, it becomes a blessing instead of a burden. The secret most men never discover is that sexual energy is a teacher. It teaches patience, discipline, and humility. It shows you where your attention leaks. It reveals your addictions, your fears, and your hidden desires. When you finally learn to befriend that energy, you become unshakable. A man who controls his sexual energy does not become cold or emotionless. He becomes radiant. He becomes alive in a way that few ever experience. His presence speaks louder than his words. His silence carries confidence. His very existence inspires others without effort. Remember, semen retention is not an end goal. It is a gateway, a means to awaken a deeper state of being. The purpose is not to become some emotionless monk. The purpose is to integrate, to bring awareness into every layer of your being, to live fully but consciously, to experience desire, but not be enslaved by it. When you learn to master this art, your entire reality begins to rearrange itself. You find yourself drawn to higher pursuits. You crave knowledge, creativity, and depth. You start saying no to things that dilute your energy and yes to things that amplify it. And over time you realize something profound. The energy that once drove you to seek external pleasure is the same energy that can connect you to the divine. You start to feel a sense of unity between your body, mind, and spirit. The same force that once enslaved you now empowers you. That is the real purpose of sexual energy. It is a bridge between the physical and the spiritual, between instinct and inspiration, between chaos and creation. So, if you are walking this path, do not seek perfection, seek process. Every time you feel that surge of energy, remind yourself this is not a curse to suppress, but a gift to refine. Every time temptation arises, see it as an opportunity to deepen your awareness. You are not fighting your biology. You are aligning with your divinity. And when you start living like this, when every thought, every action, every intention becomes infused with conscious energy, you start experiencing what ancient mystics called the inner kingdom. A state where you do not just live, but radiate. Your sexual energy is your signature of life. Do not waste it proving something to the world. Use it to create something that outlives you. If this message resonated with you, join the Telegram channel for deeper teachings and personal insights. The link is in the description below. And if you found value in this video, consider contributing through the thanks button. Every contribution, no matter how small, helps this message reach more men who need to hear it. Because in the end, This is not just about retention, it is about revolution. The inner revolution of a man reclaiming his purpose, his power, and his peace. Hold your energy. Direct your energy. Become your purpose.